there is a powerful narrative that we can all tell, not just in walking the world, but using our voices to actually change this narrative. So as I stand here and accept this honor, being a voice of change, I would encourage all of us to use our voices in that way. Not just with our friends, not just in our native tongues with people who speak the same language, but with those who look at you when your accent comes out. To use it in the rooms in which there are people who don't look like you, who don't understand your culture. To use it in a powerful way.
Hello and welcome to this very special episode. You'll notice that it's a little bit different than what I normally share. You see, earlier this year, I was so thrilled to announce that Ndini had been selected by Face Africa as the official media partner for their 10th WASH Gala, which was held in New York. Now, if you don't know who Face Africa is, I highly encourage you to check them out. It's an organization that was started in 2008 by the incredible Saran Kaba-Jones. Saran and her family were forced to flee their home country of Liberia in the early 80s due to the civil war that devastated the country. In 2008, she went back to Liberia for the first time, and Saran was inspired to start Fund a Child's Education, which we now know as Face Africa. Over the years, as the organization grew, Saran realized that while education was a huge priority, what was even more urgent was the need for children and their communities to have access to clean water. And so 10 years ago, the first fundraising gala was held to raise money for water, sanitation, and hygiene programs, which is why it's called the WASH Gala. This year's gala was a milestone gala, this being its 10th year. It was an absolutely phenomenal evening that raised a significant amount of money for WASH programs across Africa. It was also an opportunity to recognize just some of the people who are doing their part to help raise the quality and standard of life across Africa.
Good evening. No, we got to do better, huh? Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. I appreciate the honor. Saran has been a good friend for a long time. I was at one of the early events, and it is remarkable to see the room as it is right now, to see the growth, the development, the celebration, the beauty, the wealth in the room. So I am extraordinarily proud to be honored here tonight. As you see, I have my daughter here, Lael, with me. Because this honor tonight is really not about me. When we think about a voice, we don't want to silence a voice. We want our voices to carry on. We want them to go on into the next generation. And Lael is, of course, the living example, the living embodiment of what my voice will be in the future. I hope that what I am creating in the many jobs I've had, as has been said, and in the impact that I continue to make in the world, that my voice will not end when I pass from this life, that it will be embodied in my daughter, that she will see the change that we are making. She will see the proud heritage that she comes from. She will understand that once you are silent, you are forgotten. And therefore, she will raise her own voice in her own pride, in her own heritage, in her own demand for continuous change in the world. I ask that all of you, if you have children, if you know children, if you've seen somebody else's kids running around, that you empower them with the same type of fire, the same sense of pride, the same sense of need to see that we can make a difference in this world. Now, we're sitting here in this lovely Manhattan restaurant, but a lot of us, as my last honoree said, see the changes that need to be made back home. I myself am from Ghana. Clearly I'm wearing kente. Hello. And when I go back home, the thing that always gets to me is the fact that we hear a different narrative when we are out in the world than the one that we see at home. We hear the things that people say, the rumors that they spread. We know the complexity of our continent, the complexity of our communities. Of course, we're here because we are raising awareness and money for a much-needed change in clean water. However, there is a powerful narrative that we can all tell, not just in walking the world, but using our voices to actually change this narrative. So as I stand here and accept this honor, being a voice of change, I would encourage all of us to use our voices in that way. Not just with our friends, not just in our native tongues with people who speak the same language, but with those who look at you when your accent comes out. To use it in the rooms in which there are people who don't look like you, who don't understand your culture. To use it in a powerful way. I've been asked again and again and again, why is it that I feel like I can walk around so boldly? Yeah. Well, do you know who my people are? When I walk into a room, it's not going to be strange to see me wearing this on a Tuesday afternoon. Many people have seen it before. But it's because when I even sit in my silence, I want you to hear my voice. I want you to hear the voice of my mother, who's from Mpinsin. I want you to hear the voice of my father, who's from Nzema. I want you to hear the voice of his mother, who died when she was 2, and for whom I'm named after. And I want you to hear the voice of my daughter, who will come after me. And so I do encourage all of us in our spaces, use your voice. Use it. It is powerful, even if it is singular. And then when there are 2 of us, let's make a loud noise. There are a lot of us in here. Let's make a loud noise. Thank you.